You know, sometimes in life, it's okay to admit that you don't have a real opinion. It's okay to admit when you're wrong. Now, to be wrong is fine, but to always be wrong, oh no, no, you're in fucking trouble, you know? Because if you're always in the wrong, when you are in the right? You know? When you are in the right, is it still wrong? Why is it even called a right? Why is it even called a wrong? Strange, isn't it? It's okay to admit that you are wrong. Okay? You can have a disagreeing opinion on something, or thoughts, or facts on something. But why is there that disagreement? You know? You have the right wing, you know, who hate the communists, and the communists hate the fascists, more like conservatives. I wouldn't call them fascist, you know, because fascist is a very World War II type of term, you know, that kind of thing. Communist, not so much. It still applies to this day, you know, people like that still exist to this day. But don't get me wrong, right wing has its extremists. It's just we're allowed to acknowledge it in our society, in a lot of societies. But leftism doesn't like it. They're both extreme. It's just one is really out there about it, and one is really secretive about it. And they're both equally as dangerous. It's just one is emitting it, and the other one doesn't want you to know that it's emitting it. Alright? Because emitting it, meaning that they're a radicalized extremist, or whatever you want to call them. They're tick words. Tick words. It upsets people. DEI. And I'm not trying to upset you. I'm trying to make you think. And it's not just politics. With the, I don't know, woke, incel, chud, whatever you want to call it. It's also religion. Chud. That's another one. Didn't expect that. Huh? And then there's Giga Chad. Then there's stuff like Islam and Christianity and Hinduism and Buddhism and Sikhism and Jainism and Taoism and Confucianism, and there's also Judaism. There's also heathenry, sometimes called Norse paganism. Then there's Celtic paganism. Then there's fucking Wicca. Then there's also... What else? Oh, Jediism, which I didn't know it was religion, but I looked it up. There's also... many others. What's it called? Sikhism. You know? There's also... many spiritualities and many faiths. And there's also many anti-faiths and many anti-spiritualities and many beliefs out there. You know? Like a non-believer's belief might be like atheism or something. You know? It's strange. You know what I noticed? Is that atheism does have morals if they let them, but they didn't want traditional atheism. They didn't want good atheism. No, 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 no. If you have atheism where we get along, no, that's a problem. So they had to create communism because, nah, what the fuck, you know? Like, there are many religions that I have thought about converting to, but never really truly did it because, like, fuck, man, it's religion, you know? You can believe any of them, that kind of thing. And I don't believe none of them, not because I hate those religions, specifically, to be more specific, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, and Buddhism, stuff like that. It's not because I hate them. It's more of just because, you know, and all the other religions I guess I mentioned in this video, or maybe didn't mention. Again, it's not like I hate them, but it's more of just like, why take the risk knowing that you could be wrong? You know? You could be right. That's another thing to think about. But even if there's sign that says, hey, there's gods everywhere, even if that happens, how do I know those gods are trustworthy? How do I know those gods are meant to be worshipped? You know? That kind of thing. Or if it's just, you know, what you believe. That kind of thing. Because there are people out there that they don't really think about their spirituality. They just assume their spirituality. They don't believe it because they actually believe in it. They just believe in it because that's what they're told to believe. You know, especially with majority religions like Christianity, like Islam, like any major world religion. You know? Because if you have enough followers, you're bound to have people that just believe in it just to believe it. You know, they don't actually believe in it really. They just believe in it just because that's all that they really know religion-wise. In the sense of that's what they practice, that's what they know, that's what they do, and that's that. You know? Like it gets in people's heads. Some people go too far into the looking into religion sphere or looking into politics sphere. And you know what they become? Radicalized, extremists, that kind of thing. They become, well, a piece of shit. And when you're a piece of shit, doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. Even your side can admit, we got our extremists. We got our evil people in question. You know? And that's really hard for some people to admit, especially when you start mixing it up with race or ethnicity, you know? Or languages. That's a thing. Because somehow humans divided ourselves amongst our own tongues, our own ways of communication. Not just tongues, but I mean like any way of communication, really. You know? We somehow fucked that up. Really makes you think, don't it? Does make me think. I wonder what problems or situations people might have in the future. But who knows? Anyway, that's it for now, I guess. Some words in the English language form that are spoken. Raw. Okay. Yeah. Bye.